Good morning, everybody. Janae here. Thanks so much for joining me for burn today. We've got a full body blaster for you. Before we begin, we will jump into our modified driven warm-up. So go ahead and make your way to the floor. We are sitting back on our heels for our T-spine rotations. I'm going to start with my left elbow on the ground in front of me, right hand behind my head, rotating out to the side 4 times in each direction. And switching over, right arms down, left hands behind my head, rotating out, and 4. Good. From there, going up into tabletop position, I'm going for bird dogs. So I'm reaching out one hand and the opposite heel, straight back behind me, trying to keep my hips parallel to the floor, back is staying nice and flat. One more on each side. And then we are going lift off. So staying in the center, lifting my knees just a little bit off the ground. One foot's picking up with the opposite hand. Stabilizing for a second at the top. Keeping the core engaged. Trying to keep the hips from rocking back and forth. Awesome. All right, from there we'll get into our driven flow. So starting up in a high plank position. Right foot's coming up to the right hand. Rotating up to the right. Coming back down, standing and shifting over to a lunge on my left leg. Coming back forward, my left knee's dropping down. Reaching up for a nice hip flexor stretch. Back to the center and switching sides. Left foot's coming up. Rotating up to the left. Back down, shifting it over to a lunge on my right leg. Coming back forward, right knee's dropping down. Reaching up, pushing those hips forward. Back nice and flat, hip flexor stretch. Back to the center. This time we're rocking it back onto our heels, seeing how deep of a squat we can get into. Coming back out for round 2. Right foot's coming up, rotating up to the right. Back down, shifting over to a lunge on my left leg. Coming back forward, left knee's down, tucking those hips, pushing forward. Hip flexor stretch. Back to the center and switching sides. Left foot's coming up, rotating up to the left. Shifting it over, lunging onto the right leg, coming back forward, right knee's down, tucking those hips, pushing forward, hip flexor stretch, back to the center, second time, back into our deep squat, seeing if we can sink a little bit lower this time, and rocking it back out for round 3, right foot's coming up, rotating up to the right, shifting it over, lunging onto my left leg, back forward, left knee's dropping down, tucking the hips, pushing forward, hip flexor stretch, back to the center and switching sides. Left foot's up, rotating up to the left, shifting it over, lunging on the right leg, coming back forward, right knee's down, tucking under, hip flexor stretch, back to the center, and last time, sinking it down as deep as we can on those heels, hands coming up overhead, and we're standing up nice and tall. Alrighty, let's get into it. So, it would be helpful if I got the equipment that we're going to be using today. So, brief pause. Safety toners. So we're going to be using safety toners today. If you don't have them, don't worry about it. But if you do, go ahead and grab them out. We're going to be using them for some upper body and some lower body work today. So starting off with a seated row, we will go through all the exercises as we go through this first round. It's going to be 30 seconds of work. We've got 5 exercises, but one of them is one-sided, so it's kind of like it's 6 exercises. We'll see how many rounds we get through. So starting off with a seated row, if we have the band, and even if we don't have the safety toners, if you have a mini band or any other thing, go ahead and grab that too. So I'm gonna get my hands a little bit closer because it's not quite enough resistance for me. So however much resistance you can get, sitting up nice and tall. So I want those backs nice and flat, shouldn't be rounded forward. And with my feet out straight in front of me, you shouldn't have an arch in that low back anyways. So sitting up nice and tall, I'm driving those elbows straight back, keeping them down, not shrugging at the top, squeezing my shoulder blades together at the back, and slowly releasing back forward in front of me. If you need more tension, grab that band closer. If you need less, grab it back a little bit. So if we don't have a band of any sort, you can do pull aparts if you have something, or we can be on our stomachs doing Superman, so we're still working the back. You should be familiar with these, squeezing those shoulder blades, reach through those hands up over top. So whatever we're doing, get ready to work. We've got 30 seconds on the clock. Going in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, sitting tall, driving those elbows back, squeezing the shoulder blades, slowly releasing. Actually gonna cross my bands. It's gonna give you a little bit more resistance. There we go, nice and slow. Good, power back, slowly release. Make sure we're not getting that shrug at the top. Staying sitting up nice and tall. Awesome work, just a couple more seconds here. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. All right, hopping up on our feet for this next one. Still gonna be using that safety toner. We're going for a squat and press. So I'm gonna be standing further apart my feet are. More tension I'm gonna get in that band. A little bit closer, a little bit less. Racking up those bands around my hands right here. Squatting down, keeping good form, standing up tall, pressing that weight up above my head. If you have any weights, if you don't have the bands, you can use that as well. Otherwise, we're just rocking out those air squats, or you can grab a can, anything you have in your house to add in some weights that you can press over your head. All right, 30 seconds, going in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All the way down, powering up at the top. Make sure when we're pressing up overhead, we're not arching that low back, so keeping it locked in. Back should be staying nice and flat. As I'm coming down, sitting back onto my heels, driving tall at the top. Nice job. Just got about 10 seconds to go. Keep crushing it, working all the way through. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. Alrighty, next up, bands going off to the side. We're down on our feet. Going to be doing a hamstring curl walkout. So no equipment needed here. We're rolling those hips up. We're staying up on our heels, and we're going to walk both those feet out as far as we can. Those hamstrings are going to start to get tested as your legs extend, and then we're slowly walking back in. If you need to, reset, bridge back up before going back into it again. All right, let's get ready in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So bridging up, glutes are staying tight, toes are pointed towards the ceiling. Walking those feet out as far as you're comfortable. If you can only go this far, totally fine. You can extend them all the way out, just making sure we're keeping core and glutes engaged so we're not bothering the low back as those feet go all the way out. If we need to stick here with glute bridge marches, we can do that as well. Just about 5 seconds to go. Finish strong. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. All right, from here, we're flipping it over. We're gonna get offset push-ups. So for these, one hand, I'll show you this way actually. One hand is gonna be slightly in front of the other. So we're right here, getting a push-up. So most of the weight's gonna be focusing on that hand that's close to me. This other one is for some support. We're trying to stay centered, not shift off to either side, and coming back up. So we're just alternating hands, one forward, one back, going back and forth. All right, let's get it. Getting ready in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So one hand's up, going straight down, focusing on that hand that's close, switching each time. If we need to, go down on our knees on these, no worries. Easy modification. And if the offset feels weird on any shoulders, whatever, feel free to take that out of it and just rock out. Neutral push-ups in the center. Let's get one more. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. All right. This last one is the one we're doing 30 seconds on each side. We're going to do a side lunge with a balance. So I'm going to lunge onto one leg. I'm going to explode up, and I'm going to find my balance at the top for a second before coming back down. So I'm sinking and absorbing into the ground, exploding back up with that pause at the top, finding my stability, engaging the core before we're going back down. Got 30 seconds Back to back on each leg. Let's get it done. Going in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So exploding back, finding my balance at the top, sinking my hips straight back every time. Toes are in a straight line with each other. Absorbing that ground, so we're sinking in and then exploding. Finding your balance. Nice work. There we go. Good, all the way through. If we need to, tap that foot down for some stability at the top. There we go. Let's get one more. And rest. Awesome. All right, switching sides. Going right into it. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So now lunging over the other way. Find that stability. Right side's a little bit harder for me. Coming down. Bouncing at the top. Sinking that hip back. Only stepping over as far as I need to. Keeping my knee and hip in a nice straight line. There we go. Awesome job. Keep crushing it. Last 10 seconds. Good. All right, let's get one more on this leg. 3, 2, balance. Woo. And relax. Awesome. All right. That's round 1. Easy enough, right? All right. Probably going to get through 3 more rounds of this today. Total of 4. Grab a quick sip of water if you need it. Now that we know what we're doing, we're going to keep it moving, going a little bit faster this time. All right, so get that safety toners. If you have it, find a good resistance. Grabbing a mini band or rocking out those Supermans. If we don't have one, we're back to the top. Getting ready to roll in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sitting up tall, growing straight back, squeezing those shoulder blades at the top. Nice work. Good. Find good resistance. Nice, slow and controlled movement here. There we go, last 10 seconds. Keeping those shoulders down. Squeezing together at the back. Let's get one more. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Awesome. All right, hopping up on our feet. Got our squat and press. Finding a good footing. I'm going to face this way so you guys can see my back the whole time. So toes are both facing forward. Bands are racked up. Getting ready in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Squatting straight back, powering up at the top, not letting my lower back extend. Coming down all the way up. Not letting my knees buckle in at the bottom either. Keeping sitting back on the back half of my foot here. There we go. Keep crushing it all the way through. There we go. Awesome work. Last couple reps here. Nice job powering at the top. Rocking out those squats if we don't have a band. Let's get one more. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Awesome. All right, done with the bands. For the rest of this round, we've got our hamstring curl walkouts or glute bridge marches, whatever we're doing. Let's burn some hammies. Getting ready in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Toes up, glutes up. Keep those glutes engaged. Slow, tiny steps all the way out. I'm also trying to not let my hips rock back and forth too much. Keep engaged as much as you can. I'm going to reset, come back down, back up top. Little steps all the way out. Nice work. Last few seconds here. Stay in it. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. You don't need to do a lot of reps on that one to really feel that hamstring burn. All right, flipping it over right into our all-set push-ups. Getting ready in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So one's just slightly in front of the other. You want to challenge yourself a little bit more. Try to extend that arm out a little bit further. So you're really focusing on that one that's close. The other one's just for some stability, but to make it a little bit easier, keep that hand closer to the other, more close to that neutral position. Remember, dropping down the knees if we need to. All right, less than 10. There we go. Let's get one more. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. All right, arms are getting a little break. Back up onto our feet for our side lunges with our balance at the top. Getting ready in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Lunging over, bouncing, finding our stability, squeezing the core at the top, sitting those hips back as I lunge over. Good, nice work. She's sitting back onto the heel. Time we're planting. Awesome work, everyone. 10 seconds to go on this leg. Crushing it. Let's get one more after this. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going right into it. Shake it out. 3, 2, 1. Other leg. Here we go. Lunging over. This is a tougher leg to balance on. I'm going to find a spot on the floor to watch as that leg comes up. Help me stabilize. Sinking down and over. Nice job. Keep working. There we go. 10 seconds to go. Couple more reps. Working all the way through. All right, last one. 3, 2, 1. And relax. Awesome. All right, y'all. That's 2 down, 2 to go. Halfway through our workout. Coming back down to the floor. Grabbing a sip of water if you need it. Got our seated rows coming up next with whatever bands we have, or those prone supermans as well. Crossing over, getting all the distance we can. Trying to keep your feet up too. I noticed towards the end my foot started to fall in, so that'll help you with the resistance as well. And it's going to engage your lower body a little bit. All right, let's get ready to rock. Bands ready in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Throwing straight back. Squeeze in the shoulder blades. Now letting those feet fall in. Shoulders are staying down. No shrugs at the top. Ooh, I was leaning back even right there, sitting up nice and tall. So I was back here for a second. We're nice and tall. Back's nice and flat for these last 10 seconds. There we go. All the way to the end. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. Awesome. All right, up on our feet for a squat to press. Getting those feet locked and loaded. Whatever resistance works for you. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So I'm tucking those elbows in at the bottom. I don't want them coming out to the side. Coming forward, sitting back in that squat. Pressing up nice and high. Nice neutral spine. There we go. Keep these nice and slow, or you can pick up those reps a little bit. Get that heart rate up. There we go. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Awesome. All right, bands down. Getting ready for hamstring curls. Walking it out. Going in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Rolling it up. Finding that it's a little bit easier to keep your feet closer together. The wider apart you go, the more unstable it's going to make you. A little bit more challenging. Coming back up, rolling down. Remember, if we need to, sticking to the center right here with those glute bridge marches. Whatever you're doing, we just got a couple seconds left. Finish strong. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. Awesome. Rolling it up, rolling it over. We've got our offset push-ups coming up next. Getting ready to roll. In 3, 2, 1. Push-up position. Here we go. Down, nice and controlled. Switching that hand position each time. Moving my hand just a little bit to a different position every time I'm switching. There we go, dropping to the knees or keeping those arms neutral if we need to. Let's get one more push-up in here. 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, last one for round 3. Let's hop to our feet. Got our side lunges, rocking it out in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Loading up on that leg, getting our balance at the top, coming right back down, absorbing the ground each time, sinking as low as we can. Nice neutral leg position. Shouldn't have any wacky knees. Out to the side. There we go. Couple more seconds here. Let's get one more lunge. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, shaking it out, other side. And we got one more round in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All the way over. Get that balance at the top. Sinking back low. Absorbing the ground, exploding up top. Catching ourselves. There we go. Nice work, everyone. We are halfway through. Crushing it all the way to the end. There we go. All right, let's get one more on this leg. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Awesome work. I'm gonna grab a quick little sip of water, and then we have one more round before we stretch it out and call it a day. All right, let's make our way back to the floor. Got our final round. Grabbing those safety toners, sitting up nice and tall, getting a good amount of resistance. Let's challenge ourselves for this final round. See what you got. All right, got that last sip of water, getting ready. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Nice, controlled movement. But squeezing those shoulder blades. Keep the shoulders down. Nice and tall seated position. Legs are straight out in front of us. Using whatever band we got. There we go, last 10. Feeling that tension through every step of this movement for 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. All right, making our way onto our feet for our squat and press. Getting our feet set. See if we can add a little bit more resistance into the band this time. Racking them up. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So squatting all the way down. Whoop. A little too much on one side. All right, keep going, keep it going. There we go. Make sure you got evened out. Nice deep squat. Flat back at the top. Halfway through. Awesome work. Last 10 seconds. We're crushing it. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. Awesome. All right, done with those safety toners. Throw them off to the side. Making our way to the ground for our hamstring walkouts. Going in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Rolling them up and slowly walking those heels out as far as we can. Those hamstrings should be burning throughout this whole movement, even when they're getting close. Back to you. There we go. Nice job. Just about 10 seconds left here. Stay in it. Resetting when we need to for 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. All right, flipping it over onto our push-ups. Last set of push-ups we got today, people. All right, let's get it done. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Down. Switching arms. Trying to keep my hips in line the whole time, not leading with my hips as I go down. Leading with that chest. Letting the hips drop with me. There we go. All right, finish strong, finish strong. Just got about 10 seconds left. And we're done with push-ups for the day. And 3, 2, 1. And done. Whew. Upper body work, check. All right, we got 2 sets of these lunges, and then we're done. Let's finish strong. All right, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Lunging across, find that balance at the top, absorbing the ground, exploding back up. Nice work. Crushing it, working all the way through. Good. We're halfway through this set. Get as many reps in here as we can. Find that stability, and then we're going right back down, stabilizing, and across. There we go. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Awesome. All right, we're switching sides. Other foot's coming over. Getting ready. In 3, 2, 1. Last 30. Let's finish strong. Here we go. Stabilizing. Coming back down. Head to top. Nice work. Working all the way through. We're done after this. We got this. Nice work, everyone. All right, last 10 seconds here. We're almost there. Find that stability, right back down. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. Awesome work. All right, let's stretch it out and call it a day. All right, we're gonna make our way down to the floor for our T-spine rotations. Y'all should be familiar by now. Laying on my side. You're stacked. Shoulders are stacked. Bottom hand. Top hand. Me. Drawing a big circle all the way around. Opening up my chest, shoulders. A little bit of everything. Gonna get 3 of these on each side. And after 3, go ahead and flip it over. Get another one. So laying down, knees stacked, hips stacked. Bottom hand resting. Big circle opening up. All the way around. 2. Just going as far as we can. And 3. Awesome. All right, while we're here, let one leg go straight down. I'm going to start with my left leg down. Right leg is up, holding just above my knee, and extend that leg all the way up. You can flex your foot a little bit, stretch out the calves, come back down, right back up. Times, we'll do that one more. And I'm going to take my left hand outside of my right leg, swing it across, feeling a nice stretch down my hips here. Right arm's flat on the ground, shoulder blades are both flat on the floor. Hanging out here for a couple deep breaths. Good, make your way back to the center, release that right leg. Left leg's coming up. Same thing, extending up, flexing the foot. And keep that other leg flat on the ground next to me. Down and up again. And one more time, down and up. All right, taking that right hand outside the left leg, swinging it across, nice stretch down the hip. Shoulders are both flat on the floor. Hanging out here for a couple deep breaths. Good, making your way back to the center. Both legs dropping down. Can hang out in that stretch a little bit longer or add in any other stretches that you might want to do today. But that's all I got for you. Thanks for sticking with me throughout that workout. Make sure you subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Stay tuned for all of our upcoming workouts, and I will see you next time.